All right, audio check, audio check. I hope you're doing good. All right. All right, good evening, everyone. Good evening. All right, let's get this party started. All right, so for those of you that's been in Jamaica, y'all know last week was a crazy weekend, and I was out there with the food truck working. It's been a hell of a week. Still here in the grill, but I had to come live because I haven't been live in a few days. So the request that we got all week was late payment, right? We got a lot of questions about late payments. I see people from Brazil in the house. Let's go. Shout out to Vovo in Brazil. Let's go. Right? So we're going to address the issue of late payment and why you can literally punch TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian in the throat when it comes to late payment, right? Shout out to Brazil in the house. So before I get into it, guys, drop your city. Where are you tuning in from? Right now, I'm in the Grill, Jamaica. Where are you? I'm in Jamaica. Where are you? Where are you tuning in from? Let's see the cities. Let's see the towns. Let's see where you guys are at. Vovo, I can see that you're in Brazil. I see Rich in Spirit says Dallas, Texas. Brooklyn in the house, Boston, California. We got Chicago. All right. Chicago, we got Duval. What else we got? New York in the building, San Diego. Who else we got in the building? Who else we got in the building? Who else we got? All right, all right, all right. Who else we got? Harlem shouting out. Douglasville, Georgia. All right, let's go. Who else do we got in the building? Anybody else? Jacksonville, Florida. All right. West Palm Beach, Florida. All right. We got Davis in West Palm Beach. Mr. High Life Flims, Jacksonville, Florida. Canarsie. All right. I got Mr. Sincere in Canarsie. All right. So shout out to y'all for tuning in, man. Shout out to y'all. All right. I see DOACIA. Now, I don't know how to pronounce that one. Someone just say South Carolina. I see, Dosia from South Carolina. Okay, I thought that was the name of a place. All right, cool. All right, so as y'all can see, I did not get no time to go to the barbershop. Your boy is looking real crazy, but guess what? The work still continues. All right, so we're talking late payments. Late payments, late payments. Why do you still have late payments? Shout out to you for always bringing massive value. Most definitely, Mr. High Life Films. Most definitely. Late payments. Why do you still have them? How can you use consumer laws to get rid of late payments? How can you punch a debt collector in the throat? Now, there are a few things you can do, ladies and gentlemen. I literally just wrote a new book. It's called How to Punch a Debt Collector in the Throat. And for those of you that want to learn how to use consumer laws and case laws, you can comment the word punch. All right. So if you're on Instagram, comment the word punch. If you're on YouTube, the link is right here in the chat. You can use the link, go to the Shopify, and go get my newest ebook, How to Punch a Debt Collector in the Throat Using Consumer Laws and Case Laws. Okay? So, when it comes to late payment, most of us by now should know that a payment cannot be treated as late without that payment meeting certain conditions, right? It has to meet certain conditions for a payment to be considered late. What does that mean? There are 5 things that must be done where the consumer reporting agency, but more importantly, the creditor has to do. All right. There's 5 things that must be done for a payment to be treated as late. Without these 5 things, a debt collector, a CRA, they can't report late payments. A furnisher of information, they cannot report a payment as late without these 5 things. And if there's late payments on your credit and it's being reported and none of these 5 things were done, then guess what? You are at a disadvantage because inaccurate information is being reported on your credit. So how do you spot a late payment, right? Well, it's going to say 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, right? Sometimes you'll see that, right? It's normally in red circle, like a red box, and you'll see 30, 60, 90 inside of it. That means you are 30 days past your payment date, 30 days, 60 days past your payment date, whatever. But that's not the important part. See, the law doesn't care if you were late or not. It does not say anything about a consumer missing a payment. It did not say that. The law specifically speaks about a payment being treated as late. And the only conditions for a payment to be treated as late is what? There must be 1, a periodic statement. 2, that periodic statement must have information from Section 1637B. Along with those 12 things that are required from Section 1637B, they must show that a proof that it was mailed or delivered. So if I'm going to ask for the mail, I want the tracking number, right? And this mail or delivery must happen within 21 days or less before the payment due date, right? So that's 4 things. The 5th thing is there needs to be a negative information notice. So if the negative information notice and all other 4 things combined are not sent to the consumer, a creditor cannot treat a payment as late. So my question to you now is, if you have a late payment, did you receive all 5 things? That's my question. Any of you right now that have a late payment or has a late payment, did you receive all 5 things regarding the payment being late and the negative information notice? Right? So, all right. Caught a live, just Rika. Hi, Ezekiel from Brazil. Shout out to Brazil. Insight regarding consumer law. I was able to remove 10 late payments from my student loans account from 2019, and my credit score has just gone up 70 points since March. Rich in spirit, shout out to you. Let's go. Let's go. 10 late payments. Let's go. All right, let me drop the late payment deletion guide because for those of you who are asking for it, let me drop the late payment deletion guide. All right, late payment deletion guide. Boom, boom, boom. All right, here is the late payment deletion guide. So for those of you that are on YouTube, here is the link for the late payment deletion guide. If you're on Instagram, just comment the word late payment and you will get the link to the late payment deletion guide. So for those of you that have a late payment and you want to get those late payments off, just comment the word late payment if you're on Instagram. If you're on YouTube, I just dropped the late payment link that you can use to get the late payments deleted. So shout out to Rich in Spirit. And for those of you that are just joining, this is the testimonial that we just got. Insight regarding consumer laws. I was able to remove 10 late payments from my student loan accounts from 2019, and my credit score has gone up 70 points since March. So I'm saying information on me, execution on you. Shout out to Rich in Spirit. I need that credit report squeaky clean so you can go and get yourself funded, start your business, or do whatever it is that you want to do with your credit. All right. I once disputed a late payment and they sent me back a letter saying late payments are a matter of fact. Well, it's a matter of fact if you let the late payment be a matter of fact, because there are laws that govern timing of payments and under the conditions that a creditor can treat a payment as late. All right, so Equifax not budging on my 3 charge off. Okay, accounts are coming back verified even with the consumer law violations. So if the accounts are coming back verified, you need to do the corresponding round too. See, one of the reasons why most people don't know what to do is that, guys, honestly, you got to tune into a coach. You got to tune into a program. You got to tune into something. Because remember, people are using their consulting firms, credit business to support themselves, their families. So you, the information cannot be given for free. Taking countless nights, case law reviews, studies, mentorships, there's absolutely no way anyone can give away their stuff for free, right? Makes no sense. In addition to that, it's important that you are surrounded with people on the same mission as you. Meaning, if you are in the business of credit repair or you're repairing your own credit, join somebody. And it doesn't have to be me. It does not have to be me. But join somebody that has done what you need to do, that has gotten the results, and learn from them. Of course, you can pay somebody to do it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, because I did open up 15 slots and I got 4 more left that I'll be personally repairing people's credit. I did open that up for 15 people. We got 11 slots filled. There's 4 remaining, and it is what it is when those 4 are closed. But the point that I'm making is learning the skill or learning how to do it yourself is extremely important. Not only for you, but you're able to teach your family, your kids, mama, uncle, sister, auntie, brother. You're able to teach them financial literacy, and you become that person in your family that orchestrates the financial literacy plan of how the family wealth is going to be built and is going to be passed down. All right, let me see what's going on here. All right. I submitted a dispute and Wells Fargo called me to go through my bank statements and verified my late payments. Wells Fargo calling you and going through your bank statements proves absolutely nothing, to be honest. It does not prove that a late payment exists. A late payment exists only when the 5 conditions are met for timing of payments. So if Wells Fargo did not meet the criteria for the law that speaks about timing of payments, the payments are irrelevant. Why? Because Wells Fargo is not the law. So in a situation like this, you may have to take a Wells Fargo pro se to a court. You may have to do a civil or a federal or a small claims or even an arbitration. So, what other questions y'all got for me? Wells Fargo ain't talk about the statement tracking number, right? So that's a point that I'm getting at. So a company like Wells Fargo, Capital One, Bank of America, their representative will say whatever needs to be said. Like they'll say it. The representative will say whatever needs to be said. Your job is not to accept the BS that they're going to give you. All right. I've done certified mail disputes online through the app as well. Yes. How much for your credit restoration? All right. I will send the link. I'm going to drop the link here. Remember, there's only 4 slots remaining. There's only 4 slots remaining. So let me go find this link. Let me just find this link real quick. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Just found it, YouTube. So here is the link, guys, for those of you that are curious about the 4 slots that are remaining on the done for you credit repair. Um, link for slots, just DM me. Lifestyle, DM me done for you. DM me done for you credit repair because I do not have an automation set up on Instagram. I don't think I have an automation. So DM me done for you. Just DM me the words done for you, and I will know that you want the link for the slots. There's only 4 slots remaining. So DM me as fast as you can. Just DM me the words done for you, and I will send you the link so you can secure one of those spots. All right. So just DM me done for you, and we can secure those spots. Okay. Yeah, no problem, Benjamin Clark. No problem at all. Now, let's go back to the late payment issue, right? When it comes to timing of payments, you need to understand that it doesn't matter if you did not pay on time. It doesn't matter. So, if it doesn't matter why you, when you paid on time, how can the late payment that they put on your credit affect you? Well, it can affect you in many ways. One, ignorance. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. And because you don't know that there are laws in place to protect you from the payment situation where a late payment is concerned, we're not saying that you weren't late. I'm not saying you were never late. I'm saying is, did the consumer reporting agency and the furnishers do their part in abiding by the criteria put out by the law? That's all I'm saying. So I'm not saying that you were never late. I never said that. I'm saying, were TransUnion, Equifax, Experian, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, did they uphold their duties as furnishers of information and consumer reporting agencies? Did they uphold their part that the law says that the consumer must receive these 5 notices before a payment can be treated as late? That's all I'm saying. Right? Um Okay, here is the link for the done for you credit repair. Just dropped it again if you are on YouTube. Okay. So I'm not saying that you weren't late. I don't care if you were late. But if Wells Fargo, if Capital One, if Bank of America is going to put a late payment on your credit report, there are laws that they must comply with. That's all I'm saying. So whether you were late or not, none of my business. Don't care. But did Wells Fargo, Capital One, Bank of America, Navy Federal, did they do what was required by law for the late payment on your credit to be valid? That's what I'm asking. And the answer to that is no. They are never in compliance. Okay, okay. Somebody wants to test my gangster. All right. How many of you received the notices, 5 notices from whatever bank stated that you were late? Which of you ever received all 5 notices? Which of you ever received all 5 notices before the late payment was placed on your credit? How many of you ever got those notices? I'm just gonna chill for a minute and I'm just gonna see your answers. How many of you received those 5 notices? See, I'm like, it's been a whole minute and nobody replied. That means none of y'all never got it. Because if any of y'all got it, you would have responded. Nobody ever got them 5 notices. That's the point that I'm getting at. So the fact that you were late is irrelevant if the compliance for reporting those late payment were not done. That's the point. I'm not arguing if you were late or not. Don't care. My argument is, okay, TransUnion said that you were late. Remember, the burden of proof is on the institution, meaning it is on the furnisher, it is on the consumer reporting agency. So if TransUnion, Equifax, Experian are going to report that you were late, they must have proof showing compliance of the payment being late. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, anyone? Like, tell me. If it makes sense, if it doesn't make sense, you can say, Daraine, it don't make sense. If a company like TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian are going to report that you were late, they must have proof that you were late because the law clearly says 15 USC 1681 EB, a consumer reporting agency must have reasonable procedures in place to ensure that the consumer report has maximum possible accuracy. So if that's the case, where maximum possible accuracy is concerned, it simply means that what? They must have proof that all 5 of these notices were sent out and that they met the compliance threshold. That's it. That is all I'm saying. That's it. I'm not saying anything else. I'm not saying for you to go make stuff up. I'm not saying for you to go file fake identity theft reports. All I'm saying is this: was the compliance met? Were they compliant with the reporting of the payment as late? That's the only question I have. Were they compliant? And if they were compliant, then now I am asking for proof. Show me now the proof. So show me the periodic statement, show me the notice from 1637B, show me that it was mailed or delivered and that was done 21 days or less before the payment due date. Show me the negative information notice. Show me all 5 things. I need all 5 things. Show them to me. And for those of you that are wondering, where you can get the dispute letter that I'm talking about. The link is right here. So if you are on Instagram, just comment the word late payment. If you're on Instagram, comment the word late payment. If you're on Instagram, if you're on YouTube, if you're on YouTube, I'm dropping the link for you right now. If you are on YouTube, I am dropping that link for you right now. If you're on Instagram, just comment the word late payment and you will get the late payment deletion guide. So let's recap. Late payment on your credit. Is it a valid late payment or not? Is it valid? Is it valid? I don't know. You tell me. Because if you did not receive any of the notices, how can the late payment be valid if there was no compliance with the law? No compliance means that the consumer reporting agency are furnishing inaccurate information, non compliant information. Information that is inaccurate or information that cannot be validated, that information by law has to be deleted from your credit. So when I say, hey, you can delete these late payments, guess what? You can delete these late payments. The question is, are you willing to learn? Are you willing to send out the dispute letters? Are you willing to pay for the right training to get what you need done? That's the point. That's the point. So if you're on Instagram, comment the word late payment. If you're on YouTube, you can look in the chat. I have the links pasted in the chat. And for those of you that want to get a copy of my new book, where I'm really breaking down consumer laws and case laws and how you can use them to be debt collectors and consumer reporting agencies, just comment the word punch. If you're on Instagram, comment the word punch. If you are on YouTube, I am going to drop the link of how you can punch a debt collector in the throat legally. Yep, you heard me right. Legally using consumer laws. All right, so let's get that. All righty, boom, boom, boom. All right, so I'm going to drop the link here. News ebook, How to Punch a Debt Collector in the Throat Using Consumer Laws. It is an amazing read with even amazing strategies that you can use. So there are strategies that you can use to, one, cancel debts legally. Like okay, before we go, how many of y'all know that you can cancel debts legally? How many of you know that? How many of you know that you can cancel debt legally? How many of you knew that? Something for y'all to think about. So if you want to learn how to cancel debt legally using consumer laws and case laws, then ladies and gentlemen, you are in the right place. All you got to do is comment the word punch. So if you're on Instagram, comment the word punch. If you are on YouTube, all you need to do is look at the chat. All the links are there. Okay. Riley, let me drop the link for you one more time. There you go, Riley. That's the link. How to punch a debt collector in the throat using consumer laws. That's the link for you. Tomorrow, guys, I travel back So in the day, I won't be able to go live, but I'll be going live more frequently as to give you guys more information. We'll go more into the new ebook, taking out parts of it, canceling debt. Like it's amazing the things you can learn once you start reading case laws, once you start going over transcripts. Like there's a lot for you to learn, guys. A whole lot. So I'm gonna go finish. I'm gonna go finish doing what I gotta do. I'm gonna see you guys later from your favorite island boy. Y'all know what time it is. Your boy Daraine Delevante representing from Jamaica in Negril. I will see you all later. Peace. I'm out.